Welcome to the Lock In Podcast, episode 14 now. Oh my god, it's really coming along, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm your host, Joel. Sean is my co-host. Say hello, matey.
Hello.
Hello. Wonderful to jump back in the call with you and get over it. There's been a hell load of technical difficulties on this.
It's mainly my side.
This evening.
Let's be honest. It's my side. It's I've been the problem, as always.
You have been the problem. We were meant to record at 7, and it's now 8:30. We haven't got. It's been an hour and a half of technical difficulties, but we are here for you guys and ready to have a chat.
Yeah.
How's your week been, buddy?
It's been alright. It's back to work, back to normal routine, isn't it, for me? So it's the third week back. So I've been kind of trying to it's just back to normal. It literally feels like everything's back to normal for me. It's quite strange.
Really? Yeah, just back to reality.
It's back to reality. There's a few moments, but it reminds. It's strange because I'm trying not to get complacent because of COVID-19 and everything else. It's still a thing. It's lockdown. It's still on. So I'm trying. I'm wearing a mask when going on public transport, wearing a mask for mine and other people's safety. Most sites that are being very strict and everything else. I've heard of one site that based on my company that someone basically turned up and went, "I'm not working here. This is terrible." And my company responded appropriately. Went, "Fair enough. Nothing set up. Don't worry about it." The site I'm on at the moment is fantastic.
Oh yeah, it really takes it into account.
Yeah, they've literally put markings on the floor, and to keep 2 meters apart. If you don't keep 2 meters apart, you get 4 verbal warnings, and then you get the cards dealt out. If you get 2 cards, you're off.
Wow.
That's
okay.
it. You're off site, and literally there's a one-way system. If you break the one-way system, that counts as a verbal warning. The canteen's been extended, and it's 1 person per table.
Wow, that's really good. That's great that people are seriously taking it work, because you work in construction, as we've mentioned before.
Yeah. Well, I say that the site's taking it seriously. Without fail, there is someone being kicked off that site at least once a day. At least one person's being kicked off. At least one person's being kicked off that site once a day. Because there's just some people who literally do not care. That the amount of I don't understand that people go for the trouble of wearing masks, gloves, having tissues and stuff, and everything else, on public transport and everything else. They go for the effort, and then they just throw it on the floor. It's like
they're like, "Oh, that was a good effort, wasn't it? All right, and stop.
It's literally it's like, if you care enough to wear the mask, continue caring. If you don't care, a lot of people. If you really don't care enough to actually go for continue with it all the way through, I'd rather than just not wear a mask. I mean,
I guess that's the visible. Like, it looks like they're trying, right? And then in their actions, they do what they want because they're like, "Oh, I'm wearing a mask. I should be fine."
Yeah, I mean,
that's how they try and justify it.
Exactly. I mean, literally Friday there was 2 guys. Literally, he got kicked off the site for breaking the one-way system. This is all he did. He broke the one-way system. He broke it 4 times. Literally, no, he broke it. The only time he basically broke the one-way system so many times he got kicked off site. There's arrows pointing the fact that it's a one-way system, saying it's a one-way. He got told everything. It's like, well, you just don't care. He's going. I can actually hear, and I think I've actually heard people on construction sites going, "It's just a cold, innit?" It's like, I don't think a lot of people are dead for a cold. I mean, I don't think so, mate. I don't think so.
It's crazy. I mean, what is the death count for the UK? Like 33,000, 35,000?
Yeah, it's a bit more than it's a bit more than a cold. Some people are just some people
so ignorant to it.
Some people just don't care. And then there's the other side of the construction industry, which people are pissed. They think that lambs to the slaughter.
Oh, really? Well, they're thinking it's come on too early. Like, they shouldn't be out yet.
Well, the construction industry never officially shut down. It's just some sites closed down until they got given proper restrictions and everything else. But it was some building sites, some construction carried on working even through when I was furloughed and everything else. Some things were still going on, which I disagree with.
Yeah.
But yeah, people think that they're being lambs to the slaughter. That we're disposable. We're just the construction industry. They've been told to come back just because they got to keep the economy going in some small way, and they usually feel like the lambs to the slaughter.
Wow. Yeah, I can see how they feel that way, because
cool.
it very few roles are still going, right? There is the essential key workers, you've got your health workers, you've got your teachers, and teachers are working from home, really.
Yeah.
But most of them. And they're looking at going back this week, right? After May half term. So after next week.
Looking at it, I mean, like, whether it happens or not will be interesting.
Yeah, because I think it's just year 1s, 5s, and 6s. I think.
If you got exams to get into the next stage of school and everything else, then you need to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't know if year 11s will be doing it. I presume they are. I don't know. I didn't hear about that.
I think they're planning.
But yeah, I can totally see why construction workers think they've been done in.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm not backtracking what I've said. We have to learn to adapt. Whether it's too soon or not, it feels a little bit too soon, to be fair.
Yeah.
But at some point, we're gonna have to learn to adapt. It could be 2 years before an official vaccine and cure is actually out and everything else. So we're gonna have to learn to adapt and learn to this new way of life for the small time being. But
definitely. Yeah.
But I can completely understand why they feel like being fed lambs to the slaughter. Completely. I can't.
Yeah. I think it's interesting that you feel like that, because I'm not sure if you saw in the news this week, again with the trains and stuff, the COVID-19 protests came out in the UK after we lifted the restrictions. So in Hyde Park and at the London Eye, there was 100 people at Hyde Park, 30 people at the London Eye, kicking all off and gathering in groups, saying that we protest the lockdown, like this shouldn't happen. The deaths, people aren't just falling dead, which people are very ill. They were kicking off saying it was too extreme, and it's just insane. It's strange because you get those people doing that bit, and I've also seen people online saying it's too soon you've got you've got people protesting saying that it's ridiculous, this lockdown's gone on long enough and everything else, as you just said, and you've got the other side of the people who are literally going like, mate, it's too soon. And I've literally treated what Boris said as the lockdown's over. It isn't over. He's laxed some of the rules around it. Yeah. And if you disagree with that, you disagree. But I mean, I think some of the laxing is important for generally people's mental state, because people get be crawling the walls beyond belief soon. Yeah. No, I do agree. I think with I'm not sure if you've been out. Like, obviously, you've been out at work. I went out. It's Sunday today. I went out yesterday on a bike ride with one of my friends. And obviously we kept 2 meters apart, but we went up to a local area, and the car parks were open. So the car parks throughout the forest near us have all opened now, and there were so many people out, and they weren't social distancing at all. Well, some of them were, obviously, but it's so. Oh, lockdown is over, guys. Don't worry, we can all chill. There was 6 people sitting in a circle next to each other, and I was just like, "Hey, what? Yeah, what up?"
That's the thing. It's like when Monday and Tuesday. If we did the podcast Monday and Tuesday, I would be like, "Mate, the transport's fine. Don't worry about it." Wednesday hit. Oh my god, Wednesday! I was like, "This is ridiculously busy. I don't feel." I literally was on the train going like, this is too busy. I don't feel safe. They either need to put need to put normal transport on board, back to normal transport, or just tell people not to go into London unless you're a nurse and everything else. But since then, Thursday, Friday. By Friday, it seems like they've adapted it quite well. Everything else, I mean,
okay,
tomorrow's Monday. Another week could be completely different. More people could be going in. It could be drastic. But I don't know why. Who is the mayor of London?
Sadiq Khan.
Yeah, I don't know why he isn't thinking about, or because he actually said putting normal transport is completely out of the question for London transport. I feel that's a huge mistake, because you're forcing.
Well, at the moment, I think. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on. Carry on.
Because you're forcing people. I understand, there's not many people going into London as they were, but with the amount of construction, there's a lot of construction going on and everything else, and we should drive and everything else. I have no option. If I drive into London, I'm losing money. There's actually no point in me going to work.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Apparently, the London transport is losing 20 million a day, I believe, on lack. Basically, the trains they're running and the money they're bringing in. This may have been just before the lockdown was lifted, or essential workers being sent in. They were losing 20 million a day. So, and that means they're delaying upgrades on the Northern Line. They're delaying the Central Line getting air conditioning. They're delaying the upgrades to stations because of the money they're losing. Well, and I totally get it. It's like, hey, it has to be justified for people's lives over money. But it's to what extent, Like, the London will have to run.
I completely... Yeah, London has to run. You have to do it. And I feel like things that... They're going to get paid. It's buying the government things, and if it's basically government money anyway, isn't it? To a certain extent, mostly. London Underground.
I believe so. Yeah. Yes, so, I believe most of it is government. I don't know, to be honest. I don't want to say that I know. Yes, it's government grants or not. I believe it is, but I don't know as a fact.
To the power of Google, Joel. I would say. Yeah. I would say I'll Google it, but I don't. We're working and everything else. I don't want to risk touching my laptop in any shape or form.
Yeah, that's so true. Does government pay for? Was it like a? What is it?
London
Transport for London.
Yeah, Transport for London. I believe it's government funded. And
if I wrote, does government pay for, and I wrote T, it says transgender surgery is the first one. I don't know if that is the case or not, but transport.
Should they? I don't think they should. Should they?
What, pay for transgender surgery? I don't know. I can Google it in just a second if you wish. The government has agreed a 1.6 billion funding finance package for Transport for London to protect key services. There you go. During this 2 days ago, that was an update.
Okay.
So yes, they've got government funding to keep the services going, and probably bring on new ones. So, but that says that's a funding a finance package. So maybe they weren't beforehand. I don't know.
But the thing is, as well, is that I have very little sympathy because I've been mentioning this since I think when I was 15, 16. The fact that I don't understand why we don't have automated trains. It will lower the cost so much and everything else in London Underground, and everyone says the same thing. I don't trust the computer. I don't, I like to have a human element there and everything else. I'm like, yeah, that's great. You do realise that we're the only underground, like metro underground service in the world that still uses human beings as drivers. Everywhere else uses computers. Like even Dubai have their own little metro system. It doesn't use humans. It uses a computerized machine. Humans can go on there.
Really?
Yeah. London is the only place that still does it. France have a metro system. So it's not run by humans.
Berlin, America, everywhere like that has computers, like no humans.
If it's a metro service, it's a localized metro service, not a railway. That's a different thing. I think most railways are still have a human element behind the wheel and everything else. But a metro system, like an underground metro system, Liverpool have got a metro system that's computerized. Paris have a metro system that's computerized. I think Berlin have one as well. That's also computerized.
Wow.
I think Berlin have trams, so I don't know that counts. But again, it's
Berlin has a metro system. Berlin has an underground metro.
I believe they're computer. I think we're the only ones that still like. No, we want humans. But the thing is, you have to pay.
That's crazy.
You have to pay for those. You have to pay for the thing and everything else. And people, whenever I point that out to people, everyone goes like, "Yeah, but you can't just fire people." So I didn't say anything about. I didn't say let's go full Margaret Thatcher on their ass. I was saying let's just change it to computer. All you do is stop hiring, and when the person retires, change it to a computerized system.
Yeah. I mean that's a good idea. I mean we actually do have one underground, right? We have the DLR.
Yeah.
That's fully.
Yes, it's more like a tram sort of thing. But yeah.
Yeah, well, it's still an underground. It goes underground. It's on a similar line. But yeah, Central Line, Northern Line, that we'll use as drivers. I do kind of agree, because if we can do it for one, why can't we do it for the rest of them?
Exactly. It will save money because the prices of the underground are just going up higher and higher and higher. People complaining more and more. Yeah, and more.
It's costing like £12 a day to go in and out of London.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
It is crazy. If you use the underground, it's mad, and it's like
it's a lot of money.
The New York metro service, it's no driver, it's computerized.
I don't know what the cost is for that, but yeah, I can see that being better.
Yeah. I don't think New York's metro system is better. I don't know.
No, maybe not.
I don't think so. I think it's encouraging over being a bit bad. I might be wrong there. What? I don't know. I've never been yet.
I've not been either. I'd love to. I
not
do
right
want to
now.
say though on the yeah. We'll have to wait for a bit. Have to wait for these travel bans to get lifted. Yeah. I mean, actually, when the travel ban does get lifted, would you just travel? Are you happy just to travel straight away or not?
I won't feel safe to travel until there's a vaccine.
Oh really?
Honestly,
so if the government said, "Oh, we're lifting the airport bans. You can go fly if you want at your own risk," would you say yes or no?
At the moment, no. Okay. I'm relying on the general feel and I'm relying on doctors and the medical people, really, because as I said, I hate people who are like, it's this, and they sound like they're talking what they not know what they're talking about and everything else, and then as soon as you question me, they're like, yeah, it's this, that, and that, isn't it? It's like, yeah, but how do you know? Because I do. It's like, yeah, but have you read it anyway? He goes, nah, it does. That's how Germans work, isn't it? It's like, no, but you're an idiot.
Yeah, actually, with the protests, it was actually really funny because it was there was a lot of signs that were holding up saying they blame 5G and they blame Bill Gates for the coronavirus, and I was like, oh my god, it's so ignorant. Oh, and actually, Piers Corbyn got arrested.
Yeah,
he was Jeremy Corbyn's brother. He was at the protest.
What an idiot! What a fool!
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. When I googled it, that was the only headline I could find for ages. I was trying to find the numbers and what happened at the protests, and all I found was Piers Corbyn arrested. I was like, God, I can see that.
Boom. Oh God, yeah. It's it is majorly idiotic, but yeah, the amount of rubbish and everything else, it's just in London. I'm so surprised by that. Actually, I actually walked into this carriage, and I walked out and walked into the carriage next to it, because I actually walked in and there was a seat with like dirty gloves and a dirty mask on the seat. I was like, what the fuck?
What is wrong with people?
It's just like, well, you trying to spread it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
ridiculous.
I have to give credit that the by Friday the underground got its act together. Because I was again, if we did this like Thursday, or even especially after Wednesday, most of this podcast would just me slagging off the underground and slagging off the mayor of London, going like, he's a prick.
Yeah.
But
just ranting and raving about
God, no, it was bad Wednesday. It was awful.
Yeah.
Going in and going out, it was awful. But it seems to be better. I still feel there should be more trains on, but it's a lot better than it was on Wednesday.
Good. Okay. Well, that's something. Something. Yeah, you're staying safe. Yeah. You're still doing all right, aren't you?
Yeah. Wednesday was like a normal day. You could not keep space and everything else. By Friday, you can't keep 2 meters apart. If I'm honest, I think if people are expecting to follow that rule like an iron rod on public transport, especially in London, you're expecting too much. But people are keeping their distance.
Yeah,
it's no one. It seems that if you do sit next to someone on the underground, you're seen with that. Like you can see people looking at you with like a fury.
Oh, so sorry. Were people sitting next to each other or not?
Some people are. Some people not.
Some people are. Okay.
Some people are. Some people
so
not.
There are spare seats, like 1 seat separation kind of thing.
Yeah. Generally speaking, the more people before, like if you saw a spare seat in the underground, you go, that's mine. Most people see a spare seat, and if there's someone next to it, they kind of, you can see them, they're like, I'd stand.
Yeah.
I respect that. There is an attempt of it. I think the most people who are just sitting down are people who just don't care. Sorry, I'm burping.
That's right.
Into the mic for all of you to hear, you beautiful, beautiful people. I'm sure that sounds.
Aren't
lovely.
you lucky?
I'm sure that sounds lovely.
Yeah. With the just to throw a quick back, I googled, can you get gender reassignment surgery on the NHS? Yes, it's quite a long waiting list, but you can get gender reassignment surgery on the NHS. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I don't know enough about it to comment on it properly.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm honest, I find it very hard to get my head around. It's such a big leap, and it's not. Yeah. And I want to say this: it's not. I've got nothing against that. Human beings at the end of the day, they just have the same rights as everyone else, hands down.
Yeah.
But if you're expecting me to understand them 100%, like I just don't get. I don't get the. Like, they're just there one day buttering toast, and they're like, oh shit, I'm the wrong gender. I don't understand. It's such a big. It's like, I don't understand how they figured it out. I just don't.
That's great.
I just don't understand it. And part of it is, I know I sound ignorant, but part of it is that I haven't met one. I haven't actually met and talked to one, so I don't know. I don't know the journey and everything else.
No, that's a good point.
So that's the main reason. I got no. If you're listening to this and you're transgender, and you want to educate me. I'm more than happy. I'm gonna ask some weird questions, just so you know, heads up. But I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. I'm not against it. It's just I've never met one, and when I have, it's been from a far distance. They're going, look, it's a guy in a dress. Good for him. So what are you talking about? It's literally it. It's like. In fact, most of the time, people have to point it out to me, like, Sean, look, it's a guy in a dress. I'm like, yes. We're in Camden. It happens a lot here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably just a dude in a dress though. Like I feel like we've both dressed up in dresses and been out places. That's
fancy dressing shit.
Yeah,
giggles and stuff. But I mean, it's I just don't. I don't understand. Literally, it's like I don't understand. Like the way I see people being gay is like that's what you're attracted to. Like, everyone you have a body type that you like, and if you're if you're gay, you like. You like guys with penis. You like the that's what you like.
Yeah.
Transgender. I don't understand. I don't get the leap. It's such a big leap in logic. For me, it's such a big leap in logic. I find it hard to get my head around.
I guess it's such a much more modern issue as well, right? Because this could never be done before. People that had this or possibly had this in the past and just didn't know how to cope with it, right? Yeah. They just said, I'm incorrect. But there was nothing they could do to change that. Now with the ability to either do it physically or just hormone therapy, I guess that is... I bet that is helping and can help a lot of people that feel like they do need it.
Definitely. I think... The one thing,
so I don't know how... Yeah, it's definitely a more modern...
The one thing I don't agree with, which I don't think we have it here as much, I don't know, this could be American media influencing or everything else, but it seems to be like... It's like I'm a 6-year-old and I'm in the wrong gender body. It's like, no offense to that 6-year-old. You're 6. You there's so much in the world you don't know yet. And just be a kid. I'm against the whole. I don't mind Disney tackling issues such as this and everything else, but don't shove it down their throat. Make a good story with good morals. They don't treat people who are different wrong. If that's the message of the story they do, great. But let the kids be kids.
Is there a transgender Disney film?
No, there isn't.
Sorry.
Right, cool. There isn't, but there's been a call for it. Like, even thinking in Frozen, there was like a huge call for Elsa to be gay. I'm like, that's cool, but make it something. But I think people want like a huge, like, she runs up to her girlfriend and makes out on the screen. It's like, no, this film's not made for. Yeah. This film's not made for young adults and mature teenagers. It's made for 6-year-old kids. So you have the message of Elsa's different, and she's not interested. And you can say that she's not interested in guys, and just have it there, settled low, and make one person not like it, and everyone else is like, no, it's cool. Just as long as it's a positive, just subtle, and make it a positive message, not a negative message. It's fine. And then, let's say a 6-year-old kid does see that, they grow up and then they rewatch and be like, oh, there we go.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I don't really have a comment too much there, because actually Elsa doesn't have a love interest in the film, right? Like, is she gay? I don't know what
I think it's unofficial, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen Frozen 2, so I don't know if more is elaborated on that. I've only seen Frozen 1, but I don't remember her having a love interest.
Because X-Men, fun fact, X-Men is just the whole point of X-Men is a huge anagram of them being gay. That's the whole point of X-Men. They represent X-Men represent gay people and discrimination against gay people. That's the whole point of X-Men. It's the whole point.
Is it actually?
Yeah, that's the original idea against X-Men. To represent
gays have superpowers.
Well, no, that's not the whole point.
There's the title of the podcast. Yeah! I did it. I think, remember last time we tried so long and we couldn't find a good one.
Oh man, it was so hard.
Sean had a great comment afterwards of saying, "Oh, Boris has 7 children with 5 kids," and I was like, "Why didn't you actually say that?" Obviously, a slip of the tongue, but we didn't. We just were like, couldn't find a title properly. But there we go. Gays have superpowers. We've done it.
But no,
I'm glad.
That's it. Hold the podcast done. We can end it now. No,
Yeah. All right. Cool. Sweet. move on.
No, yeah, but that's the whole point. They represent the discrimination of gay people at the time. That's the whole point.
Wow, that's actually amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's so good.
We're
learning a lot. All these quizzes, man. We're finally getting there. Yeah, the more you know.
I like we're doing the rainbow thing, and that's like, this is not a video thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. We don't do video yet. The more you know, we did the little rainbow with the star coming out, like da 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 da. Anyway, I mean,
the other thing that I read, I can't remember where I read,
carry on.
But the other thing I read was that apparently loads of people, like particularly young people, over the coronavirus thing, are getting like a fear of death thing.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're getting like a weird, that they're having like a fear of it. Like they're going like, oh no, I'm not gonna live forever. One day.
Yeah, realizing mortality kind of thing, like early on.
And then they're getting like anxiety about that. They're losing their best days and everything else. Like this is gonna muck up not just this year, but the next 7 years and everything else. They're kind of apparently they're really freaking out. I can't remember where I read it. I think it might have been the Guardian or the Mail. Which if it is, I hope it's the Guardian, not the Mail. Because the Daily Mail can be a little bit misleading at times. But
to say the least. I mean, I can totally sort of respect that and almost relate to it. I mean, this week, I hope I don't want to derail it and just make it about me, but
that's cool.
This week's been really rough. Like I have felt really down. Just say, I know that I've said before, like sometimes I've battled with mental health, and it's mental health awareness next week. That was one of my talking points that I was going to bring up, which is great. So this is actually coming out tomorrow. It's mental health week today. Represent. If you guys are feeling lonely or down or anxious, like I just want to say it's fine to do so. Like I have really struggled this week. I've struggled to sleep, really bad with anxiety. Like my mind's been whirring. And then I kind of got it. I went in a downward spiral this week, really heavily, actually. So let me actually. Do you mind if I elaborate?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah. So I think it was probably Wednesday. Basically, I was like, I just couldn't sleep at all. Thursday, we were having a little gaming session coming on. I was exhausted all day, and I always make plans to either go out for walks. So I set alarms for myself in the morning, and then I've tried to be looking for a new job. I feel like I'm rambling here. I was trying to look for a new job. Obviously, I don't know if I'm getting one at the end of furlough because there may not be work for me. I'm furloughed until the 30th of June. Thank goodness. Thank you for my company. But after that, I don't know if I'm looking for if I will have a job to go back to.
Backup plan.
So backup plan. So that stressed me out a little bit, and then I kind of always try and make plans and try and talk to people all the time, and I keep myself very busy. And when I'm so exhausted, I feel like I'm letting someone down if I'm not hyper or hosting. That's sort of like my role. I like to talk and put a smile on and be funny. That's who I am in the group often. So I drink a lot of energy drinks, drink a lot of coffee to keep myself up, and then I can't sleep that night either. And then I just went down a horrible spiral of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, going to bed at like 4, getting up at 8. And just not sleeping. And like yesterday we had a murder mystery. I hosted it. I didn't plan anything because I just couldn't have I just could not find the motivation to do it before I had to. And then when it came to it, I felt so anxious about letting you guys down. I was like, well, I've got to make something good. And then stressed myself out for like 2 hours. I looked at my heartbeat watch and it was like 120 beats per minute while I'm planning a murder mystery for you guys. And I was hosting. It was like 4 hours long, and I put the mask on. I was exhausted beforehand, and I got a ribbing for not planning anything, and that's fine. I enjoy the banter. I enjoy the ribbing normally, but yesterday I was just putting a smile on through it. I was just like, oh my god, I'm getting ripped to shreds.
Yeah, you did look rough, to be fair, mate.
I tried to really put a smile on, and I do absolutely love everyone that reached out to me. I do have a great friendship group who say, "Are you okay? You looked rough."
Yeah, I mean.
Which I appreciate anyone that does do this. Yeah. I love you all.
It's like the one thing that we that happened after as soon as you left, because you said you're gonna go to bed and everything else and stuff like that. You literally said at the moment you left, it was like me and Ed were like, "Yo, you think are you worried about Joel?" "Yeah, I'm worried about Joel." Like, yeah, it was like automatically as soon as you left, you were like, "Is Joel okay?" Joel doesn't seem like himself, so we yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I tried to not let it show, but it's that. Yeah, that was a bit of a ramble. I just want to say, like, yeah, I hope someone can hear this, relate to it, and go, "Hey, it's okay." Like, I hope you can relate and just be like, "It's all right. Trust me, it gets better." Like,
yeah, I mean,
you just have to sort yourself out, and these days are tough. They're anxiety filled. Like, we don't know what the future's holding, so I can totally relate to that. Yeah, like it's tough. And thank you for keeping an eye out for me. Like, I know you've messaged me a lot. Ed's done the same.
Well, you know,
yeah,
I think you have to do it. People go through. I think people are going to go through this point at some point during the lockdown. Anyway, I don't think it really. I think if some people might deal with it better than others, and if you do deal with it better, good for you. But I don't think it's a sign of weakness. I think that's the thing. It's a sign of weakness, and people think it's not. I hate this delusion that it's like it's not okay to be sad. It's not okay to be anxious. It's not okay. You're human. You feel these things. It's perfectly natural to feel that.
Yeah.
And we deal with more. We're more conscious about hiding it and covering it up, and everything else, and asking the question of why do I feel this way?
Yeah.
And how I can stop it.
Yeah.
It's
no, I do. I again. So I don't want to bring it back to me. I am working on myself heavily. I ask myself why, and I try to look after myself at most points. But when I do get FOMO, feel like I'm missing out all the time. Fear of missing out, that is. So when it's groups, I put the effort in. I'm like, I'm hiding it. I'm hosting. I'm putting that next level in. And I force myself to such a point that I get exhausted afterwards. That I'm dead. Because I think last night, although you probably noticed it more during the code names when my turn was over, right? Like, I was like, I don't have to host now.
Yeah.
I was just like, and I was just fully, like, honestly, I felt exhausted in myself, like physically exhausted, which is crazy. Just to like keep an act up and keep bubbly. But yeah, I'm working on myself mostly. This isn't. I don't condone this. I don't think that's a good way to live. It's just how I managed to do it at the point of hosting. Yeah, of being in the friendship group.
Yeah, I mean, I help.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Sorry, I'm just thinking. I help out with
help. Yeah, I don't want you to put you on the spot. Really, I feel like there's a lot of information I've just thrown at you.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, just don't feel that. Talk. If they're your friends, they'll be willing to listen to you and help you in any way they can. Even if that help is being pointing you in the right direction. If they're friends and they go like that, you know, I think this is it, but I don't really know. This is out of my depth. You should probably talk to someone who knows what they're doing.
Oh yeah, 100%. If you feel like this, contact a GP. Like, there is so much good help.
Man.
Like, actually, I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, cool.
There is mental health people that we'll talk to. Don't just listen to me rant about it and Sean go, there's people to talk to. Like, actually talk to a professional.
Yeah. Because I ran into trouble because I ended up because of that, because people were talking to me.
Yes. Yeah, you happy to talk about that?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm officially a member of Help for Heroes, and if people are wondering what I do, all I do is people who come back who suffer from PTSD, I'm literally their friend. I literally just help them. I just talk to them. They talk about random things. I meet up with them for a beer every now and then. I'll be their friend. I kind of help them. I try and help them to adjust to everyday life and everything else. It's not that I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't. If they come up with me seriously heavy stuff, I'm like, you got to talk to a shrink about that, because I don't know. That's the honest truth, because I'm not a doctor. God, imagine me being a doctor. I'm the scariest thing in the world.
Oh, you could do a PhD. Imagine just being like Dr. Sean.
That'll be amazing. But imagine me coming over and go, don't worry. Imagine you being knocked out and I just lean over your body like, don't worry, Joel, I'm a doctor.
Oh, I'd cack myself.
Yeah, exactly. The most terrifying.
B-Tech Johnny Depp is looking over me.
Exactly. That's the most terrifying thing in the world.
I think you're trying to steal my rum. That's it.
Are you looking for my pulse? No, your hip flask.
I love it.
But that's literally what I did. But I kind of fell into it. I met one army guy, then I met another, and basically this kind of happened, and they started talking to me, and some of them stopped going to their shrink and started just talking to me about this stuff.
Yes,
which I didn't condone. I was like, you should go to your shrink. But basically, I got in a little bit of trouble, mainly because they thought I was posing as a doctor. And I was like, I'm not posing. I never said I was a doctor, and I've always said you should go and seek medical help. If they're not doing that, that's kind of on them. No offense that if you're listening to this and everything else, it's no offense, but you should have gone to the medical doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm like the last person you should see as an official thing. But lucky enough that I'm glad it ended with them all coming together and saying that it was our choice. We did this and everything else, and eventually, Help for Heroes. They contacted Help for Heroes and they contacted me, and it was like a mutual agreement that this is what I'll do.
Yeah. So
type of thing. But yeah, it's always seek always go to the NHS and say that this is what I'm feeling. I need. Yeah. It's not a sign of weakness. Admitting that you're lost and everything else is a good way to. You got to start somewhere.
Definitely. First way is admitting it. Talk to someone. It really can help. There can be so many different things that work for different people. Sometimes you just need someone to talk to. Sometimes you go to a doctor and they'll prescribe something. There is a whole huge amount of things that can help. So again, there'll be a link in the description. Mental Health Awareness Week, and where to start if you need it. Damn, that got deep. I'm glad. I actually feel better for venting a little bit out there, and thank you for listening there.
Yeah, good man. Glad.
Good. I've just realised we were at 37 minutes already. All we spoke about is COVID and that. Do you want to do a little film review?
Yeah, shall we? Shall we end the PSA right there?
Yeah. There will be links, and we love you all.
Yes, and,
we definitely love you.
Before we do the thing,
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away. I was literally trying to say stay at school and don't do drugs.
That's great.
Become a rock star, and they give you them for free.
Exactly.
Boom. No, don't listen to that last bit.
If you're a rock star, do what you want. All right, perfect. Sorry, I'm actually going to close my window because I feel weird.
Spirited Away.
As people can look into me as I've got my lights on. Anyway, do you want to kick us off? Spirited Away. That's a film.
It is indeed a film. It is a film that was released in 2001, and I watched it twice in a week. I watched it Wednesday, and I watched it again literally Friday.
Wow.
I watched it twice. I watched it the first time because I was like, I'm sure I missed some stuff. There's so much stuff going on. In short, I loved it. I think this may be my favourite one so far that we've seen.
And I live life on the edge. We're switching catchphrases. This is your favourite one? That's awesome.
So I think so. It's definitely between. Yeah, this one struck a chord more. I appreciate all the other ones. It definitely has. There's something about this animation that I realise it's so back, like the Princess Mononoke. The animation was brilliant, but there's something about. But it was set in a different time period, set in a fantasy world. I was like, it's brilliant, it's beautiful. This part, I know it's part of it is set in a different world again. Part of it is set in this real world, and there's actually the journey when they're driving in the car, the beginning bit of the movie, the bit in the car when they're driving into the country lane and everything else. Everything is moving. Like normally the animation would just focus on the main character and shake them up a little bit, and it'd be like a repeating animation. No, everything is different. The rose petals on the sea, it wasn't just like a same thing just bouncing up and down. They actually move across the sea. Like someone actually had to animate that and animate it in a way in a realistic way. A car that crosses a bridge and there's a ditch in the bridge, and the car literally goes kind of drops into the ditch one way and everything else. Most of the time when a car, because we're in Western animation, it's what we grow up on. Whenever a car is down going down a country lane, like Fox and the Hound of Disney or the Alley Cats and everything else, all it is like the wheels go like up and down like crazy, and the person's animation is like just shaking like they're having like a spaz attack, almost like an uncontrollable fit, like like the road's bumpy. It's really bumpy, like almost very cartoony, very comical, and everything else.
Mm.
The fact that they said like we could do that, or we could just ignore it and just let the car drive up normally. But they went, no, we gotta drive it so the wheels react to each bump, and remember where that bump is, so the other wheel reacts to it. Response. It's ridiculous.
The physics and the animation, I agree, is a next level. They clearly stepped it up for this.
Unbelievable. I mean, you could tell that they've learned a lot from the last film.
Yes, I think one that I really liked was when she was running down the stairs. I'm not sure if you remember that. She's running down the stairs to like the boiler room, the main character, and she's like, her legs are just all over the place, and then she kind of like slides as she comes in, and like the whole body animation looked so smooth. I remember seeing that and thought, oh, they've animated every part of her. You know, like you could see it was more human than before. So
well done. And the bathhouse. I mean, when you're walking through the bathhouse and everything else, it feels like a living thing. It feels lived in. It feels like it's full of life and everything else. You can, when they're preparing and they're cooking and everything else, there's so many things happening on screen. It feels like, literally feels like it literally feels like an actual bar. Normally when you do it, like in previous animations that we've seen, it's been like one or two people moving in the screen and everything else. There's literally a scene in it when it shows like 3 levels. And something's happening on each level. It's like, what the hell? Everything is nuts. This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like everything's happening and everything's brilliantly like. It's not like one bit when I go, oh, that bit's a little bit dodgy, and like, everything is perfect.
It looked great. Like I'm not sure about you. The bath house. The chickens were my favourite thing. Like, I love. Obviously, they were weird spirits. Everything looks a bit weird, and then they were just giant chickens. I was like, I love the giant chickens.
Well, you would, wouldn't you?
They were so cute.
It was. Oh god, yeah, and I got like a very big Alice in Wonderland, Pinocchio fairy tale feel from it.
Yeah, I can see that, and Alice in Wonderland definitely strikes a chord there. I'd say.
Well, yeah. Also, no wonder this is my favourite. It is technically an isekai.
Yeah.
It's isekai is other world, and then she does get transported and stuck in another world. Pretty much the whole movie. So. It is technically an isekai, just like Alice in Wonderland is technically an isekai, even if it was a Japanese thing.
Yeah, I can see that. So it was. Yeah, the storyline's wonderful. It's just teaching someone from the beginning to feel more confident. Basically, someone who's very, very nervous all the time, and someone to find themselves going into a new school it's about she gets trapped in the spirit world and everything's mental. She, out of just her kindness, basically finds her place. It's nuts. It's great. I don't know what more I can say. The faceless person is phenomenal. Loved that whole 20 minutes. Big fan of that.
The pacing in this movie is brilliant as well. There's when it's chaos, it's called for. It's not like chaos for the sake of chaos. It's brilliant. And literally this a bit of it is all crazy. Everything's going nuts and everything else. And then she gets on a train, and it's just them sitting on a train.
Yeah,
it's like it's quiet, it's calm. When it needs to be calm and collected, it's calm and collected. When it needs to be mad and chaotic, it's mad. It's brilliant. It's such a. I actually can't think of a fault. I can't think of one thing that's like. It's bang on, perfect.
Yeah, you know what? It definitely gets a solid 9 from me.
It's a 10.
Solid 9.
It's a 10. It's a straight out 10.
It's a 10.
It's a straight out
perfect
10.
10.
It's a perfect 10.
I mean, I think you can get from Sean. Highly recommended from him. I would agree. It's a bit nutty, but phenomenal. I can't think of it. I don't know. There's a few little bits that I'm like, but throughout, I enjoyed it. It kept my attention for 2 hours solid.
What are those bits?
I don't know, like when they went to the twin sister's house, and then it was just kind of like really short. Like it was just like they got on the train, and the train felt anticlimactic. I agree, I liked the train scene.
No, I think
so it was like, after absolute nuts, like mentality, chasing around, people getting eaten. It's like, what is going on? And then you go to a train, and you're like, oh, this is chill. But then after that, it felt anticlimactic. I think the whole ending after that was like
really. I think the ending's brilliant. It's like, oh, you got to go to start your new school. Don't be nervous and everything else. And it literally ends in her words after everything that's happened in the movie. Going, I think I can deal with it. It's like,
I mean, the final scene, I'll give you. That was good. I'm saying before she left Spirit World.
No, I think that's pretty good. I mean, the only thing that I will say, I don't like being able to predict something, and I did predict the fact that her mum's, which pig is your parents? Because her parents turn into pigs, which is the very. As soon as that happened, I was like, oh, Pinocchio, they turned into a donkey, turned into a pig. Boom. Which is the most terrifying thing of Pinocchio. When I watched it as a kid, I was like, you turn into a donkey? What?
Yeah.
That's such a terrifying scene. Pinocchio is actually a scary story to do. Changing the subject completely.
Can't wait for the
live action.
Can't wait for the real live action. Yeah, that's it.
Do you know what? I don't think Disney will ever make a live action because he can't. It's too dark. They get eaten by a whale.
Yeah.
In the book, Jiminy Cricket, changing the subject completely from Spirited Away now. Jiminy Cricket becomes Pinocchio's conscience because Pinocchio accidentally kills the cricket.
Yeah.
It's the most like, oh, that's dark. The cricket's dead.
Yeah.
It's just in the puppet's head.
But you could do it like they did, though. You could make a live action like slightly calmer.
Yeah, no,
like they did in the animation.
I would actually like a proper, like a realistic version of the book, a more realistic adaptation. I mean, it's Disney; they would never do it. But I mean,
it just wouldn't be a U. Yeah, it wouldn't be a U, which is what they want to sell, right?
But
yeah.
Back to Spirited Away. When it's like she lines the pigs up, she goes, "Pick the pigs. Which one's your parents?" She goes, "None of them are." It's like, well, that's obvious. That's good.
Yeah, but how could you do it? What else could they do there? You can't go, oh, it's the one wearing the shirt.
Yeah. But it was. But I liked. But I thought it was good. I thought there was not. I thought the train moment was needed after all that mad and chaos. It's them sitting on a train, relaxing, taking this because that's what you. After everything, it's what makes things. She was in complete control. She went from being. It's just a contrast of what she was at the beginning of the story. In the beginning of the story, she was a scared, frightened girl. Ultimately understandable because in the situation she was thrown in at the beginning of the film. But at the end of it, she was like completely calm. She was like, "You faceless, come with me," and everything else. She got on the train, and she was like, "You can sit next to me, be quiet, and behave, and everything." It's complete. That she was completely different, completely calm, collected, in control. Again, they meet the woman, they meet the witch, and yes, it's a little bit rushed as he said, but again, they meet the witch. She's still in complete and utter control. Like, I'm sorry, this is your thing. There was a slug on it. She went, no, the slug's not. The slug thing I didn't see. I didn't see the slug thing happening. I thought the slug thing was the curse.
Oh right.
And then she went, oh no, that's not the curse. Because I was like confused. I was like, only love can break it. I was like, oh, okay, so he doesn't need the medicine. He's healed and everything else great. And he was like, oh no, the slug thing's she uses to control him. It's love.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I see it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got me there, movie.
Yeah, I like the little paper airplanes. It was good. I give it a 9. Like I think I totally agree. The character development's beautiful, done very well. The characters in there, as in every film, very lively, very fun. Every single one of them. The Boiler Room Man, the Lynn, great. Obviously the main head honchess, whatever her name is, Maga Yaga or whatever her name is. All great characters.
I think literally each one of the. I think it's my favourite so far. I think it's my favourite so far. I'm not 100%.
I think it ties. I don't know if I rated Porco Rosso less. I don't know. I think, to be honest, this one held my attention. It's a longer film, and it was. I think as a storyline, it's better. To be honest, maybe this is my favourite as well. I would highly recommend this to be watched as your first one. Yeah, I feel anyone could enjoy this.
More. I mean, I love Princess Mononoke. And everything else, but I feel like this is literally a film that I know people who are. I actually know someone who lives in Canada. His name's Mark, and he literally views anime as most. I think most people in the Western culture view anime who don't watch it. It's like just weird, childish Japanese cartoons and everything else. But he actually has, thanks to his niece, he actually has seen this and he actually owns a DVD of it. It's the only Japanese anime he owns a DVD dub of.
I think that's reasonable. I think anyone would watch this. I think the Princess Mononoke one is set in a bit of a different time frame. It is definitely more Japanese.
It's more mature as well.
Definitely, this is a This anyone could sit down. I wouldn't recommend a child to watch it. Still, I'd say it's like I'd say like a 10-year-old. Like people get eaten by the faceless one. I don't know if that's just me.
They come back.
I think I've mentioned this before. I have a real fear. Have I told this on the podcast?
Well,
I don't know.
Being eaten.
Yeah, a real fear of that. Because I played a game when I was younger on the PS2. So it must as the PS2 came out. So I don't know what year that was. But on the demo game, I think it was The Last Guardian, the game, and the evil guy summons a giant genie. And the genie's like, "Oh, I'm hungry," and then just eats the human that summoned it. And I got horrified, like scarred me for life. And it really eats me up. Like I saw those scenes and I felt uncomfortable.
So basically, kids don't play video games, is what Joel's saying.
Yeah, don't play The Last Guardian when you're like 6, because it's horrifying.
Was that
also anyone that can hear a jet engine going off? Because I can just keep hearing it. It's Sean's laptop and his fan.
Yeah.
So my laptop... I hope you can't hear it on the audio, but just in case you keep hearing it, it's that.
Yeah, my laptop
explanation.
is. I must admit, my laptop. I don't know how it's not died yet. It's literally refusing to die, but it is slowly dying. It's the jet engine. Yeah, it's not good. But yeah.
Sorry, I do want to just say I think we may have a couple more topics. But from next week onwards, the podcast will all be shortened to an hour or less, just out of help from me and Sean. This one I believe is going to go over, as we're already 52 minutes. We've got You Would Rather still to go, but all the other ones for at least 5 weeks will be an hour. Just to give you a heads up. That's it. Woo! Exciting.
Yeah, the next thing I'm going to say.
Go on.
Joel. After Joel's fantastic murder mystery.
Yes.
That was, I must say, I have to applaud you. Despite the fact you only had 2 hours, even though you did rip half of it from the internet, was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you
and after we had a very discussion about, is Joel okay?
Yeah.
I don't know how we started talking about Ed and Chloe were getting funky in front of the camera again.
Yeah.
And of course, sex stories then came up.
Yeah.
And the sex story, which I haven't told you, I don't believe, which is the time I almost got my cock bitten off.
Yeah, sorry, you briefly mentioned this before the podcast. Yes, please, if you're happy to tell a sex story, I am fully down for this being on here. So fire away, my friend, fire away.
All right. Met a girl. I was partying, clubbing in Camden. Met a girl. It was going good. Went back to Mark's.
Fantastic.
Above his calf and everything else, it was all good. And she started to go down to me, as it were. And it was all,
brilliant.
It was obvious that she hasn't had much experience. I can literally see I think my mum or dad looking through the window and could probably hear me. This is awkward.
That's so funny. That's even funnier.
I don't.
His mum's just spying on him, being like, "So you're talking about a blowjob that you got?"
Yeah. Can I not talk about this now?
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll bring this one back up.
Let's go through it. Yeah, it's quite obvious that she hasn't had much experience.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but she gagged.
Yeah.
And her reaction was as she gagged, she clenched and bit.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, it was painful.
Oh, no, don't do it.
It was painful.
How hard?
Hard enough for blood.
Oh no!
She was very apologetic. But not like I gave her that.
Wait, from what side?
Hmm?
Like the top or the bottom or both?
The top was worse.
Oh, where all the veins are as well. Like
I didn't need.
Obviously, when you're hard,
I didn't need stitches. I just want to point that out to everyone. I didn't need stitches.
You didn't.
I didn't need stitches.
You did or didn't?
Didn't.
Okay.
It broke enough for there to be blood, but not super bad.
Oh.
But anyway, I did swear a lot as well. I called her.
Big oof.
I think on my first word I was like, "You silly bitch," which is, I think, after that happening, I would actually say that's understandable. That's an understandable response. Anyway,
yeah.
I put my boxes on.
Mm.
Got an ice pack, shoved that down there. woke Mark up. He drove me to the hospital. Then she walked into A&E. She was still with me. Walked up to the nurse, and literally the nurse was like, right, reason for here. And I didn't even hesitate. I literally went, she bit my penis.
She bit my penis. Damn.
She bit my cock. And her response was, she went bright red. She was like, the nurse was like, don't worry, I got it. I know exactly what happened. It was like, she was like,
she's been there before.
Yeah, clearly I wasn't the first person who entered that door. And so this hand was like, yep. Down there, on the left. Dr.
Yeah. The penis specialist will see you now.
But yeah, I got seen pretty quickly, and it got didn't any stitches, which was good, but it does need to be cleaned thoroughly because the mouth is the most it's one of the most germophobic areas in the world. So yeah, I had some like super duper cleaning antibacterial gel, which stained a lot.
I can imagine.
And I couldn't do. And then obviously I couldn't touch or do anything with it until it was completely healed. Yeah. Which was
oof.
Yeah, it was annoying. And if you want, and for anyone who was wondering, no, I did not see her again.
That is great. Well, I'm glad your ex-girlfriend is
It wasn't an ex. She was an ex one night. That one night stand.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
It's there.
I mean, you would have died. I feel like if you'd lost your penis, you just would have died.
Oh no, I would have hanged myself. That was it.
Yeah.
It'd be like game over.
Done.
It'd be so bad. I mean, oh god, that's just the worst. Yeah. This is the thing as well. Don't like terrorists who are like, if you die, you get 70. Was it 32 virgins? They get like a bunch of virgins and everything else.
Yeah.
After that experience, I'm like, mate, one of them's gonna bit them off. One of them's gonna.
You see, you're saying experienced over virgin every time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have a whore.
Yeah.
Like blow up and get like a very attractive role experience. That's like, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah. She's been there, done that many times before. See, I think I used to be different. I used to be like, oh, you know what? I think I prefer someone less experienced, being with less partners. But I think I've definitely matured into the fact of I don't care anymore.
I don't know. Of course I don't. I don't care. But it's just like the thing where after that thing where people are like, yeah, they get 72 virgins. Like, that's not good.
Yeah, I feel like some people do want that though. Like, there's still I think a big portion that people say, oh, I prefer someone that's not had any experience before. Wow. You know, like it's because I don't know specifically, but like, you know, maybe they've got small penises and they're like, oh, they can't judge me on anyone else's. Who knows? But I can see where it's coming from. You know, I think I was before, like, oh, you know, I don't want someone that slept with too many people. But I think that's like quite a young, childish kind of thing. I think up until like 20, I was probably like feeling that, being like, oh, you know what, I'd prefer someone that's not been with too many people.
And then you took some penis enlarging pills, and now you don't care.
Exactly. Yeah, but the operation was a success. I now have 9 inches.
Also, the other thing that happened, because
go on.
We haven't talked about this on the podcast, but Joel has a habit of arranging and sorting things out between one person, just him and that person, while ignoring everyone else in the room.
Don't out me like this on the podcast.
Well, no, because
what am I getting outed for?
Well, this is me not being able to count to 4.
Huh?
This is me not being able to count to 4. Ed went.
Okay.
And Ed, you know, drunk type of thing, like Vegas, baby, and I was like, I'm sorry for Vegas. And I actually said, imagine us 4 at Vegas. Me, Ed, Joel. That's it. I stopped there. I said, imagine us 4, and I stopped there. And
imagine
Jack,
us 4.
who is actually down to being married, who's got a stag do, just ignored him. He's on the screen. I'm even looking at him as I did it. I was like, Joel, just looked at him on the screen like, yeah, there's everyone. And
we're playing Vegas for Jack's stag do, by the way, if that wasn't clear enough. Yeah. It was actually, imagine us all on the stag do, not including the stag.
Yeah,
I'm glad that was the story, and it was you weren't out in me then.
No, and I'm glad that you. I was like, yeah, a bit like The Hangover and everything else, and no one said a single thing. It just went quiet, and I was like, and all of a sudden I was like, yeah, I feel like I forgot someone. It's in my head. I was going, you forgot someone, and all of a sudden it just went quiet, and I was like, and Jack.
Mate,
And then
that's what happens when you get bevy, though. These things happen.
Yeah, and literally, and people were like, yeah, obviously Chloe was like, yeah, it's not okay. I was like, it's not okay. That was not okay at all. I fully admit it was not okay.
Funny.
That was no excuse.
No, that's really funny. So that's fine.
And then I also point out to Ed, like, no, this is me this time, not not Joel.
No, yeah, no, not me or Ed.
Yeah, exactly.
So we both do it. And yeah, oh mate, that's funny. Actually, sorry, this is proper off the topic.
Go.
Did you see Takeshi 6ix9ine came back this week?
No.
Do you know who Takeshi 6ix9ine is?
Is he the guy with the rainbow hair?
Hell yeah, it is. Oh mate, so I don't know if you know the story behind it. Do you know much about him at all?
I think you spoke to him in the past. Did he like rat a whole gang out, and then he did even like produce like a music video? Was it recently? He said like, "Bitch, yes. I'm here. What are you gonna do about it?"
Yes. So this week, let me give a quick rundown for everyone. This will only be a couple of minutes. Takeshi 6ix9ine, a rapper, got big in a gang. I think it was called the Niners or something like that. It was part of the Bloods, I believe. He was the money maker for the gang. They basically offered him protection and clout. So it's like, hey, look, I've made it in the rap industry. Well, he would go, make a £200,000 deal, and then give 80,000 to the gang and be like, here's money for guns, for jail, like for lawyers, for anything they needed, really, the drugs, anything. They then found out that he found out by the police that they were trying to kill him off because he was becoming too much of a public figure, I believe. I don't know the exact reason. The police pulled him in to the station. He was going to get 47 years in jail for racketeering, among many other things. And then he ratted out so many people, and his lawyers was very, very good. He ratted out so many people in the gangs and got many of them put in jail that he got 2 years. 2 years, and he was arrested in February 2019. That's when he was charged. And he is now out of jail under home arrest because of COVID being too dangerous. He comes out, he releases a music video called Gooba, and also breaks Instagram live stream records by 1.5 million. The highest record before was 500,000. He broke it by over 2 million. Sorry, he had over 2 million, so he broke it by over 1.5 million, his live stream, saying, hey, they didn't respect me, I don't respect them, I'm glad they're in jail. He releases a music video, just him saying, hey, I'm a rat, like a rat comes out to a big bag, you mad, you all mad, come at me. I was like, he's gonna die, and I just love it. I love the gossip.
I mean, he's gonna go out in a blaze of glory. I can't imagine, and by the sounds of it, he's gonna go out in a blaze of glory. There's no way he's not gonna.
He's gonna get mown down by Bloods at some point. He's gonna be out in a huge gunfight for sure.
He's literally like the person like he's gonna be like sarcastic, like, what are you gonna do? Shoot me? And they'll be like, bang. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, he's nuts. He's just a lunatic. He's got bodyguards. Imagine how much he has to pay those people. Like, a gang is after you, like fully chasing you down, wanting your head. You're baiting them by making a music video.
The thing is, imagine if you're him, you're like, right, whatever you do, don't give out your location, don't do this, that, and everything else, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, cool. I'm releasing a music video that's basically going to shove it in their face that I'm out. No, don't do that. We want you to keep it as low profile. Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
After the music video.
What happened to what did his producer say? Like, was the producer like, yeah, that's chill. That sounds good. Oh, I bet they did. I bet they were like, money.
Probably.
I bet they made absolute cash. It was the most watched YouTube video into a hip hop music YouTube video in 24 hours, beating out Eminem's Kill Shot, which was the reply to Machine Gun Kelly. It is the most watched YouTube video, like hip hop music video.
Yeah, man,
that is nuts.
It is nuts. I mean, yeah, I'm one of the producers, and he's like, everyone he's signed off with, it's great, but the security guards are like, dude, what you doing?
Yeah.
Like, does he? He's got a rainbow hair as well. So he can't you can't go like, is that him or is it someone else? He's like, oh, no, it's him.
Oh yeah, it's definitely rainbow dreadlocks. Is what he's got.
69 in his.
Yeah, 69 on his forehead. 69 on his chest.
Did he get like a prison sentence that when he would release, he'll be like 69?
Yes, yeah. So he got 47 years when he was 22. That's when he got it. So he would have come out when he was 69. I don't know if the judge just thought that was hella funny because he could have got life, and the judge was like, "Yeah, 47 years." So I think the judge had a good sense of humour there.
Got
with
to
a
be.
big 69.
I was about to say, got to be that. I mean, that's got to be a thing. He was like, "Are you giving him life? I've got a better idea."
Yeah.
It's like, sir, you could just imagine he walked off and they'd be like, "Sir, I disagree with that decision. I don't think. Do you think the pun's worth it? The pun's, is it a pun or a joke? It's whatever it is, it's worth it.
It's
definitely
worth it. Imagine, the memes would have been great. When I'm like 73 or 2 or whatever, I would have been like, "Oh, 69 out." I would have still loved that.
69 is out. 69.
I'd be resharing those memes every day.
What car does he have? So I don't know. Like, out of interest, does he have like a security car that's like incognito, or does he have? Like, is it just like fully flash? Like everything about him is just so out there.
Everything about him is rainbow. Like he wears rainbow clothes. He's got a rainbow. I think it's a rainbow Corvette that he has. I don't know if he still has that, but he definitely owned that for quite a while. I hope he sold that. Otherwise, he's an idiot. But I haven't seen that. Actually, his location got leaked. His neighbor, which was a girl, who I don't know, like our age, I guess, maybe younger. I think she was at school actually, so it must have been like 18, 17. Right. She saw him on his balcony, took a photo, like an Instagram live stream, and then posted that saying, "Hey, look, Takeshi 69's my neighbor." It's like, are you not aware of what this man's done, and he's going to die now? So he's had to move house already. He's been out like 2 weeks.
I feel like that's not going to last.
Not at all. It's ridiculous.
It's like,
mate,
I like there was an article that Harry and Meghan were like, "Oh, it's a bit difficult since you left the royal family." It's like, yeah, you think you got it right. This guy, I mean, half of the problem is literally himself, but this guy, he's got a gang after him, and he's like, do you think imagine he was like, he called the security firm, like, "Right, I want you to make sure I don't die." I went, "Cool. What we advise you is to get rid of the rainbow look." I went, "That's not an option." "Okay, well, we advise you to do being incognito." "Okay, cool. Not an option." "Okay, we advise you to stay indoors at all times." "I'm going to go for a balcony for a zoo." No. You're literally, we tell you stuff, what you should do to stay alive, and you're doing the opposite. Yeah. I can't hear you, mate. I'm already on the balcony.
I think he took a shot on his balcony where he just has like 40 grand or something. Like he just has racks in his hand. And he's just standing on his balcony and taking an Instagram shot. Like, yay! I was like, you're an idiot.
He's gonna die. It'll be funny.
Do you want to? Do you have any other points, or do you want to wrap up and go for these? Would you rather, my boy?
We can wrap up. I mean, German football's back. Leipzig drew. Boo. But
what's that? Sorry.
Leipzig drew. My German team drew.
Oh, cool.
I mean, does anyone?
Oh yeah, the German league's back on, isn't it now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder when the Premier League's coming back.
I think
I have no idea.
Beginning of next month, it's meant to be.
Oh, is it actually?
Yeah, which I'm kind of.
That's kind of cool.
If they can do it so it's everyone on the teams and everyone between everyone is safe, I think they should, because people need some sort of entertainment. You know, if I was a footballer, I'd be feeling like it's the only part of the entertainment industry that some people's lives is football. Like I have other things outside that I'm interested in, but some people their life is literally just football and nothing else.
Yeah, I know people like that. Well, so I presume there'll be closed stadiums, right? There'll be no audience.
I believe it's closed stadiums, and I believe the thing they're looking at is that, well, I hope it is anyway, that people will be staying on the training grounds, because if you're in the Premier League, most training grounds even will have like hotels or rooms that you can stay in, so they'll be all staying there, so it'll be in the same room and everything else. So
perfect. Yeah, I can see that working. Brilliant. Oh, that's good. And it will entertain a lot of people again. So anyway, would you rather? I came up with these on the spot just before I legit got on here. So, like 10 minutes before the podcast, during all our technical difficulties.
Yeah. So basically, you've done what you've done what you always do. You can never.
I like how I try to explain myself. Like, oh, I've been busy this week. No, I haven't. I've had no motivation to do anything, as I've explained earlier. So I just do it all last minute. Honestly, what I've written here is ghost or vampire. What my explanation is right. So would you rather be a ghost when you die, or die and become a vampire. Obviously, one, you stay in the mortal realm.
Cool.
But you have to feed off of blood as a vampire. You stay in the mortal realm. You have to feed off people. You can only come out at night, or you die like fully, and you're gone from existence. A ghost, you can come back into the realm, but you don't really have any powers. You just can kind of write in Steam occasionally. Let's say that, or like you can follow around people and find out like what other people are doing still.
This is the only thing. If I was a ghost, can I fuck with people? That's all I want to. Can I like mess with people? Can I like?
Let's say you can't knock things over. You can't like punch someone. You can like let's say you can like do like little things like in like the rain or something, or in steaming showers you can write stuff like minimal things.
Okay, that's quite lame.
Yeah, I feel like if you can just throw cans at people, it's ridiculous. Like
No. I still have human strength. I can't. It's not like I have superhuman strength, but I can throw normal stuff and everything else, and I can scare people and everything else. That's what I would like.
My thought was so my thought is that you can chill with your family and like sort of like go for walks and stuff, like floats.
See, no, I wouldn't.
I don't know.
I wouldn't want to
let's say
that
you can wind people up and make people cold. Like you can give people shivers every time you pass through them.
That's lame.
Like you can.
No,
you think that's lame? You think that's not a good one?
I legit want to like mess with people. I want to legit like someone's down on the computer like yeah. Almost finished this article. And I just unplug the computer.
That would be funny. But then would that be too good? Would that be well better than being a vampire? Because a vampire, you got to suck blood. It's kind of like...
Plus, if I can hold...
if
I can hold an object, I can float all the way to North Korea. Grab a knife and just stab all the hierarchy. North Korea solved.
That's your plan. I love it.
Actually, saying that...
If you could do anything in the world, I'm going to go stab a bunch of North Koreans.
No, not just any North Koreans, just the ones that are idiots and causing all the problems. Saying that, I could just be a vampire and just suck all their bloods.
You could, but they could kill you. That you can die. You can still die. See, that's the thing. I feel like if you're a ghost, let's say a ghost, you don't have those powers. You can freak people out. You can be in like photos. You can like kind of wind up people or make them feel uncomfortable. Like if you're in the room with someone, they just feel uneased, but you can't actually pick someone.
Can I talk to them? Can I like
vampires?
Can I like go? Can I talk to them? Can I like go to Donald Trump like, this is your conscience? We haven't spoken in some time.
All you can do is make, if someone's having a conversation, you can mess with their emotions to make them feel uneasy, but that's it. That's your power. So if someone's having a conversation about something, you can be like, oh, you feel uneasy about this, and they might change their decision. But that's it. You don't have more power than that.
Nah, man. Nah, if I want to be a ghost, I want to be able to full mess with people. That's the only benefit of a ghost. You can just troll people. That's the only benefit of a vampire.
But you can pass through to the afterlife when you want, though. Like, you can be like, I'm done.
Yeah, with a vampire and be like, right, accept death. Just stake me in the heart when I'm asleep. Done.
Yeah, I guess then you're
just eat some garlic bread.
Ash, though. Yeah, true. I do like that. But that's suicide, or like that's like, I feel like ghost, you pass. Let's say ghost as well. No, actually I won't. I was gonna say like ghost can go to heaven.
Because
vampires definitely hell, right?
Have you seen Ghostbusters, the first one?
Yeah.
Right. Do you remember there's a scene where the ghost gives a guy a head?
Yes.
That's such a weird. Sorry, this thought and went this and everything else. I'm like,
is that what you're thinking about? You're like, I wish I could give a guy a head.
No. I just want to mess with. No, I just want to, woman's feet.
How much can you mess with people?
How much I can mess with people? If I legit want to mess with people.
I guess with that one though, it's difficult because it's like, hey, if I give you all the power, it's like what's so? Let's say, ghosts that can mess with people, but Ghostbusters exist, and vampire, but Van Helsing exists as well. So you're always being hunted as both. Ghosts.
I'll pick ghost.
You still think ghost? Yeah, I think that's the preference. That's why I was trying to make them underpowered. I was like, yo, let's try and make a vampire interesting.
Honestly, if you kept going the way the ghost does that, underpowered and everything else, I would have picked a vampire and be like, right, it's fine. I'll just go around, sucking the blood of all the people who no one likes.
Yeah. See, as a vampire, you've got to be sneaky, though. It's like an assassin, because if they just shoot you, they just shoot you. Like, it's not like you have, slightly stronger strength.
Well, they're shooting with holy bullets or something. I mean, you have to... vampires can only die in a certain way.
Oh, yeah, like steak, garlic...
holy water.
Holy water. I don't know.
Sunlight.
Yeah. Silver bolts. Is that werewolves? That's werewolves.
That's werewolves.
Yeah.
Sunlight.
Sunlight.
Unless
yeah. So
unless we go down the Twilight room, in which case I just sparkle.
No. You turn into a pile of ash. You go out in sunlight, pile of ash.
Boo.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of the underpowered ghost because I think it could be kind of banter, and then I think vampires better. But otherwise, yeah, overpowered.
I literally just have an image of like people, me just walking in with like going like, "Hi, are you a ghost?" Yep. Oh my god, are you gonna haunt me till I'm dead? And you gonna scare me to death? What are you gonna do? Like, nothing. No, really, what you gonna do? No, legit. I can't do nothing.
I can't figure this one out.
I've come in just to be go. Ooh.
That'd be funny. Imagine if like there's like a really slobby nerd, and you just like come in, and he's got like monster cans everywhere, and you're just like, better care of yourself, mate. What are you playing at?
Outside his window. His window. He's just there going like, shut up. But this is the 7th floor.
Put your hand in, just like knock over his like computer stuff, where his monsters everywhere, and you're like, you deserve that, and float off.
So, what are you? See me as your guardian angel. Are you gonna? No, I'm a ghost. But I'm gonna correct you. But first off, you need to clean your room, get a haircut, and wear contacts.
I like that a lot. That was an asthma inhaler, by the way, if no one got that.
I forget when no one can see me.
There's no video. Yeah, they did the asthma action. Anyway, we'll skip from that one. I think I would go vampire. I think it'd be sick. I think that sounds more funny. I do like the overpowered ghost, but no, vampire. I'll go vampire, just be a bit different. And I said, this was basic. Would you rather be a wizard that could only have sex with objects,
or
that was it? Or yourself, I guess. I did. Would you get like all the Harry Potter spells, but you could only ever have sex with objects again? There you go. That was it. I just threw my notepad. I was like, yeah, I really wasn't that imaginative tonight, was I?
Literally, you looked at the screen and was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Screw this.
I was like, I've got no more notes.
Going on.
Throw it on the bed. I don't care. Anyway, do you get all the Harry Potter powers and only have sex with objects?
Or
just be yourself. No Harry Potter powers, sex with normal people.
I'll be myself and have sex with normal people.
Yeah?
But would you have the powers?
I feel like I would.
Yeah, but someone will realise and be like, so, you know, be a nice girl coming over and she'll be like, yeah, and you're talking and she's like, let's get jig with it. Yeah, let's get jig with it. And she'll be like, you know, she goes like, I'll be right back. I was going to freshen myself up in the mirror. Yeah, sure. She goes into the bathroom, freshens herself up. She comes out and you're just there with like, I don't know, a towel. Like,
a tissue box. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you lose a lot. You lose a big part of, you know,
self-dignity.
Life. Self-dignity. But
respect.
You get Harry Potter powers. I can like kill people. I mean, I'd still probably be arrested if I killed people. But I can make things float.
I feel like.
What else do you do? I can unlock doors.
I feel like you'll be taken. You'll be. Do wizards exist, or is it just you as the powers of Harry Potter? So, because if you just had the powers of wizard of Harry Potter, and you're like there, and you're like, Joel, you've been found guilty of murdering 6 people. How do you did it? With this stick. And you're like, funny. No, seriously, how do you do it? With a stick.
A stick? Yeah, stick. I did it with a stick.
I'm
saying I'm the only one. But actually, yeah. Now that I'm describing it more and more, it sounds really lame. I'm like, no, I can make things float, lol. Like, actually, what does he do?
What are you gonna do? Like, I want to see some girl sneakers. That's literally what.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
But I can't have sex with it.
So what? You gonna like? You'd be like going.
I don't know. I can make fire. What do wizards do? I guess wizards work wizard jobs. What's the point of the wizards if there's no wizard jobs?
This is the thing. You're just. It's just not just be human. Just be normal.
Yeah. Nah, I'm still gonna be a wizard. I don't know. I'm not sure I can justify it.
You're the person who's quite literally be like, so you're a wizard. Yep. I can only have sex with objects. Sweet. So what do you do with the powers? I think really, I teleport to places, make it easy to travel.
You can't teleport without a port key.
No.
I mean, I guess I can enchant portkeys.
No. There's a way of transporting without a portkey.
Is there?
Yeah, I think. Well, it's called. You travel with the things. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I think you can travel without a portkey. Because they do it in the last film there. That's how they travelled from one spot to another spot.
Ah, right. I can to separation. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
You could do that, but if you get it,
that's cool.
but if you get it wrong, you get snatched and you leave your body part behind, which is disgusting.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go with it.
Do you still have? Do you have people to teach you this? Do you automatically know, or do you have to learn?
Let's say I just get dropped like a bunch of books. Let's say it's like a Jedi, right? Like you can learn from like books, but it's easier if you have like some teacher. Like you have the Force in you.
That's
Is that how it works?
No. Well,
whatever. I don't know.
According to the new trilogy, that's how it works. But no, it's not. No, you need.
Well, I'm gonna take new trilogy
training and learn how to control the power.
Well, I'm gonna let's say I don't just know it all. Like, I'm not like the professional straight away, but I can learn and work my way up to it.
Right. I'll still pick just a normal person because I know what I'm doing. Because the thing is, I'm thinking Harry Potter powers. It would be cool, but what am I gonna do with it?
Yeah, but imagine I could just like flipendo you. That'd be funny. I guess you could just punch me. It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but at the same token, why would you? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, could I turn invisible? Can wizards turn invisible? No.
No, you need a cloak.
Yeah, what do I do? What do wizards do that are cool? I guess it's just the dueling scenes that are cool. But if I have no one to duel, what's the point?
Exactly. I mean, Harry Potter is cool because of the world is cool. Like, there are things to do in the world. You can be a Quidditch player. You could be something and everything else. But if you're just if you live in a normal world and you literally just have wizard powers, it's like, so what do you do? I make medicine. It's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, I can make people well.
Yeah, you could be the world's best doctor.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
I mean,
I could enchant a pen and be like the world's fastest inscriber.
Yeah, you can make your everyday life more easy and everything else. That's great. But at the same token, it's not you don't actually do anything. Nothing changes.
Yeah, and then I have to have sex with objects.
Exactly. I mean, you could enchant them to be more lifelike. So you can have like you could bring like a chair to life, so it's more.
Yeah.
So you can buy like a blow up doll, enchant it so it moves like a human being to make it more.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm going with that.
You're going. No, I'll still be a normal human being.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if I would regret it very quickly, but I'm going to go with it anyway. I think that's enough for tonight.
You sure, Joel? You struggling again?
Yeah, man. Mate, my brain is turning off. I'm not sure if you can tell.
It's slowly dying.
Thank you so much for listening. Yeah. This will all be uploaded, obviously, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're still rated very nicely, and so many people have actually reached out and said, "Hey, you guys are really natural at this. We like what you're saying. We appreciate that. We really do."
Yeah, good shout out to an old friend, Stephen Hall, who did message me saying he's liking the podcast and he's enjoying it and everything else. So, thank you, man.
Also, we subscribed to your YouTube channel. Sean and I didn't tell you about it, but we did. Stephen Hall, thank you. Subscribe back.
Boom.
You haven't.
Yeah.
Please do.
Please.
Have a fantastic evening all. Thank you so much for listening. This is episode 14, which is nuts. Also, which film are we watching next week, Sean?
Howl's The Moving Castle, which is the last of the big three purple patches.
Wonderful. So watch that. Listen to us. Join us next week for a drink. Join us for a film talk. Let's enjoy our pub time. And we'll see you guys. Thank you so much for listening again.
Yeah. Goodbye, people.
Goodbye.